Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you my ultimate guide to beginner eye makeup. Today I'm walking you through some essential tips and tricks that are really going to elevate your eye makeup. Everything I mentioned today will be listed in the description box down below, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Let's get into it. First up, let's talk about brushes. Brushes can be very overwhelming. There are so many different shapes that you can choose from, but I've narrowed it down to 4 brushes that I really think everyone should have. Firstly, you're going to need a fluffy blending brush. My go-to is a MAC 217. This is just a timeless classic that is so good. You're also going to want a flat shader brush for packing color onto the lid. I like mine to be not too fluffy, but not too dense either. These brushes are super versatile as well. They can be used in the crease or on the lower lash line, or even sometimes to blend out eyeshadow looks. My favorite at the moment is the Refer 28 brush. You're also going to want a small angled brush for precise application, specifically for a liner. You want to make sure this brush is super dense and uniform versus kind of fluffy with stray hairs. You really want to avoid that. And you're also going to want a small pencil brush either for the lower lash line or for the inner corner. Trust me, with brushes, it's quality over quantity. If you want more content like this, be sure to join my community, the Beauty Circle. It is full of people who love beauty. I do live masterclasses every week. I do giveaways every month, and I also offer a ton of educational resources. Click the link down in the description box to join. Now let's talk about choosing the right palette, because it can make all the difference. If you're just beginning, I personally recommend investing into a palette with both shimmers and matte formulas. I also recommend a palette with both cool and warm tones. Eyeshadow is super subjective to your undertone or even your eye color, or really just what you like. I really love an all matte palette myself, but I do have a few recommendations starting from the affordable side, working my way up to the high-end side that I want to show you guys. Starting on the affordable side, I really love the Milani Gilded Mini palettes, specifically in the shade 110 Whiskey Business. It has a bright tone, some beautiful shades in between, and some very rich, deep chocolate tones that are perfect for liner. This might be one of my favorite palettes ever. This is the Jaclyn Cosmetics Luxe Legacy palette, and as you can see, there's a beautiful mixture of shimmers and mattes in this palette, and a beautiful range of cool to warm tones. This is perfect for creating natural makeup looks as well as very glam makeup looks, so this would be a great palette for someone who's just beginning. As I said earlier, I'm such a big fan of matte shadows, so I love this palette from Makeup by Mario. This is their Master Mattes palette. Again, it just has a very good range of tones, beautiful light shades, mid-tone shades, and some very beautiful rich dark shades, as well as a black. So I really recommend this palette. It's really all I would need personally to create any kind of makeup look. I love this one so much. On the higher end, we have the Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow palette. This is the first one Patrick Ta did, and I just think it is a beautiful mixture, again, of shimmers and mattes. You even have some cream shadows in here that make for really beautiful liners. If you're looking to invest a little bit more in a palette, I would really recommend this one. I think this is a great beginner palette. And last but not least, I also wanted to mention the Danessa Myricks Groundwork palette. This is the one I'm going to be using today for my eyes, and I just think this palette is stunning. It is all matte, but this is a very good palette for beginners because you can actually use this all over the face, not just on eyes. You can use it for contour, on your lips, on your brows. Each color you see here has a powder shade as well as a bit of a pomade shade, and I just really love this palette. So now I'm going to show you how to put these products to work, starting with our crease. I always recommend to start by defining your crease. This is going to create a guide for the rest of the eye look. It will guide where you're going to place the rest of your shadow. Using a fluffy brush, you're going to want to dip into a shade that is 2 shades darker than your skin tone. Imagine what you typically use for a bronzer. You're going to want to use that kind of tone on your eyes. Once I have that shadow on my brush, I press the tip of the brush into the back of my hand to make sure the shadow coats the brush evenly. This is going to help us create the perfect blend. Then with a very light hand, I'm going to blend that into my crease using windshield wiper motions. Now we're going to move on to applying shadow to our mobile lid. Now this step is optional, but you can get a little bit more creative here. For this step, you can use a matte shade, you can use a shimmery shade, and you can really use any color you want to. For me personally, I usually stick with a light, matte, or shimmery shade. For today's look, I'm using a matte, off-white, kind of creamy shade and packing that onto my lid using my flat shader brush. I'm really focusing that color on the mobile lid, avoiding bringing it up into my crease area. A little tip for this step, if you use a lighter shade, it's typically going to make your eyes look bigger and a bit more awake, whereas if you use a darker shade, it's going to make your eyes look a little bit more sultry. All right, here's a pro tip. Use a small angled brush to apply a dark brown eyeshadow along your lash line as liner. This is my personal favorite way to apply eyeliner. Pick up a dark brown shadow and stamp it along the lash line just like this. This will create a soft eyeliner effect, perfect for a more natural look. This is also a great way to practice your hand steadiness before moving on to liquid liners, because eyeshadow is actually a lot more forgiving than a liquid liner. If you make a mistake, you can easily just wipe it away and start again without ruining your entire look. To sharpen up the wing, I like to take a Q-tip with a little Bioderma and just run it softly along that bottom edge. Don't forget your lower lash line. Applying shadow here can really balance and enhance your eye look. Use the same shade we used on our crease for a subtle effect, or go slightly darker for more definition using a small pencil brush. Remember, a little goes a long way, and don't forget to tap off any excess eyeshadow from your brush to avoid fallout. Finally, mascara, the finishing touch. My favorite mascara right now is this Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. Wiggle the brush at the base of your lashes and sweep upwards. This technique helps coat every lash evenly, giving you fuller, longer looking lashes. If you do get a little bit of mascara on your lids, not to worry, just wait till it dries and then flick it away with a clean spoolie. This next step is optional, but it will really tie your eye makeup together and bring it to the next level. I am applying a half lash to complete this look. These are from Own Beauty Essentials. These are their light corner lashes. These have such a thin, comfortable band, and they're so easy to just pop on. I just take my lash tweezers and a little bit of glue, wait for it to get tacky, and then stick it to my outer corner, and boom, you're done. Super easy. And the difference it makes is so noticeable for me. I feel so fierce when I have a false lash on. And that is it. I hope you picked up a few helpful tips and tricks from this video. Just remember, practice makes perfect. If you enjoyed this video, or if you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.